Hello everyone and welcome. In today's lesson, we are going to focus on noun clauses. Noun clauses, yes. We have learned a lot of nouns and we have learned a lot of adjectives. We have learned a lot of verbs. We have learned a lot of adverbs. So in fact, as you know clearly now, the sentence producing code of English is subject, verb, object, and complement. So subjects are all the nouns, including proper nouns. And adjectives are the verbs that define, that describe those nouns, and nouns are the subject or object of a sentence. This is so simple, but so essential. Adjectives, we have learned adjective clauses, and we have learned adverb clauses, but we will, of course, study a complete presentation about or connected with, again, or relating to the adverb clauses, but you know them. For example, after he left home, he went to visit his friend. Yes. After, here is adverbial clause of time. Of course, we will study those adverb or adverbial clauses in detail. So it seems that it is time to concentrate on those complex sentences and compound sentences, even correlative sentences with correlative conjunctions. Yeah, so let me tell you the key, for example. The key is this: we express the message with a simple sentence. A simple sentence, whether it is to be modal, imperative, or tense word sentence, it has a complete message in it. Okay? For example, Jason is an architect. This is a complete sentence. It has a meaning, a complete meaning, a complete message in it. But if you put a connector, a conjunction before it, it becomes a clause. This time, it becomes a dependent clause, okay? And it doesn't have a meaning, message in it alone. For example, that Jason is an architect, okay? That Jason is an architect. Or if Jason is an architect, or when Jason was an architect, comma. So it's a clause here. It isn't a sentence. It doesn't have a meaning in it alone. So it helps the main clause. Okay. Just like this, let's go forward, and as I said, let's focus on noun clauses, which are used, or which we use as subject of a sentence and object of a sentence. Yes, in fact, I want to tell or talk about a lot of things starting from the beginning until now, but I think it is better to cut it short. Yes, but let's remember this point as well. It's good that there are to be, imperative, modal, and tense verb simple sentences. If there were not those simple sentences, how could we make complex, compound, and even correlative sentences? Correlative means both and, either, or, neither, nor. Yes, for example, Jason is both an architect and a contractor. Yes, in short, but of course, if there were not complex, compound, and correlative sentences, we could not speak English beautifully, eloquently, and better. So they make English, they make those simple sentences more meaningful and clearer, much clearer. Okay. Now, the gift says, keep your eyes on him. Keep your eyes on Naci. Keep your eyes on Naci. He is so dynamic. He is so energetic, active. Yes, as I said, or as you know very, very well. Yes, maybe you know better than me. Naci's energetic is a beautiful, complete sentence, simple sentence, but it has a message in it, okay? Naci is energetic. But if we put a conjunction before it, for example, that Naci is energetic, then it changes into a clause, okay? Noun clause. Okay, if Naci is energetic, when Naci was energetic, okay, as a conjunction, yes. So let me not confuse it and go on, because studying or having studied beforehand makes things clearer. Yeah. Having preparation is very important. Let me not jump into the topics that I have not prepared, I have not studied before. So I have studied this topic, and let's focus on it. Okay. Naci's energetic is an independent clause. Okay, independent clause. It has its own message in it. Naci is energetic. It is obvious. This is also another simple but independent clause. It doesn't depend on any other clauses or sentences. It is obvious, full stop, or it is clear. Now, number one, and Roman number one, that Naci is energetic is obvious. Okay, now that Naci is energetic is not an independent clause now, it is dependent, okay? It is a dependent clause now. So it is just like a simple noun, it is a noun clause. That Naci is energetic is obvious. For example, George is energetic. My neighbor is energetic. I am energetic. So that Naci is energetic is obvious. So that Naci is energetic, this is the situation. We use it here as an impersonal pronoun or impersonal subject. It is obvious that Naci is energetic. Okay? It is obvious that Naci is energetic. It is obvious is an adjective. Obvious is adjective. Clear. Yeah. It is obvious. Full stop, for example. So it is obvious that. Adjective that. You are very familiar to this function, to this expression, to this pattern of speech. It is obvious that Naci is energetic. Or I think that. I know that. I believe that. Okay? You have already learned them very well. I know that Naci is energetic. So I know is the main clause. I know it. I know it is an independent, independent clause. But that Naci is energetic is a dependent clause. It helps the main clause. it gives extra information about the main clause. I know that Naci is energetic. Okay. Yes, it is obvious that Naci is energetic. The situation is obvious that Naci is energetic. Naci is energetic. It explains everything. Two independent clauses or subordinate. Somebody says subordinating, subordinate clause, or subordinated clauses. Yes. So Naci is energetic. It explains everything. These are not subordinate clauses. These are not dependent clauses. These two are independent clauses, main clause. Yes. So a sentence, there is a message in them. Knowledge is energetic. It explains everything. That situation explains everything. Okay, now number one, that Naci is energetic explains everything. That Naci is energetic explains everything. It explains everything. What is it? That situation of Naci. Two, it explains everything that Naci is energetic. Or we know now, we have learned that Naci is energetic. Oh, what does the gift say? It's very clear. Yeah, Alex from Canada. Yes, as you know, I am sure you know him as well. He's really popular, successful. Yes, and he really contributes to our English. Okay, he say it is very clear. It is very obvious. What does the image say? Understood. It's okay now. It's all right. It's okay. I understood the matter, the issue, the situation. Okay, now this is our trip today. Noun clause. After a short warm-up activity, I think we are ready. We are ready for our presentation related to trip 6. Okay. Yes, noun clauses. Let's identify them. Let's get to know them again. Clauses, noun clauses are clauses which can be used just like nouns. And in place of nouns are called noun clauses. So simple, so practical. It means that they can be both subject and object of a sentence. Okay, for example, Naci is energetic, it explains everything. That Naci is energetic explains everything. That Naci is energetic, subject explains verb, everything, object. Two, with impersonal pronoun, it explains everything that Naci is energetic. Three, I think that Naci is energetic. Yes, by the way, we can omit that. We can say it like this. You know this, in fact. I think Naci is energetic, but we cannot omit adjective to do. Where is it? In the previous, it is clear that, it is obvious that, okay? In that case, we cannot omit. We have to use that with adjectives, okay? Yes. So, as a result, that's why, therefore, yes, as a result, consequently, being aware of both subjects, objects, and tenses in noun clauses is very important. Yes. For example, any noun clause is the subject of a sentence, but of course, the tense verb is also important. For example, whether it is in the past for somebody does something, did something, or will do something. Okay. Now, noun clauses may start with that. Yes, we also started with that clauses, or the fact that. In place of that, we can put the fact that. For example, uh, that Naji is energetic, or the fact that Naji is energetic is obvious, or the fact that Naji is energetic explains everything. Okay. Whether or if, yeah, it immediately reminded me the reported speech, direct, indirect speeches. Okay, reported speeches are all the sentences are noun clauses in reported speech. Yes, as you know, question words, but we don't use them here. It is very clear that we don't use them as a question word now. We use them as a linking word, not question word, as a linking word, as a connecting word. Yes. Where, when, why, who, whose, how many, how much, how often, etc. We can use all of them as connector, as conjunction. Okay, noun clause, a noun clause beginning with that. Let's again focus on it, please. That clause plus verb plus object, formal subject. For example, that Naci can win a prize is important for us. That Naci could win a prize was important for us last Monday. Okay, that Naci can win a prize is about present tense. That Naci could win a prize was important for us in the past. Okay, let's write the future form. For example, let me copy one of them and let's write it here. For example, that Naci wins. That Naci wins a prize will be, okay? Prize will be important for us. Okay, will be important for us, must be important for us. Okay. Now, Roman number 2 with impersonal subject. It's important for us that Naci can win a prize. In simple past tense, it was important for us that Naci can win a prize, or let's again copy this and paste it here with simple feature. It will be, okay? It will be important for us that Naci wins a prize, or that for us that Naci will win a prize in the future. It will be important for us. A noun clauses beginning with that. Okay, we have studied this. 2, Roman number 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take note of them. Let's pay attention to them. Roman number 1. That Burak found a job pleased me. Okay, this is Burak, and in the GIF he says, I got the job. Okay, I got the job. I had the job. Okay, that Burak found the job pleased me. Or it pleased me that Burak found the job. Burak found the job. It pleased me, in 2 separate simple sentences in Roman number 3. Okay. 3, Roman number 1. That Pelin has got a new project. Okay, that Pelin has got a new project is an advantage for her. Or it is an advantage for Pelin that she has got a new project. So the source of those Roman number 1 and 2 is this. Pelin has got a new project, full stop. It is an advantage for her, full stop, or period. How to start a project initiation guide. Yes, initiating a project, starting a project. Now the image says, I went abroad. For Roman number 1, that Arif went abroad. That Arif went abroad last year surprised me. Okay? Or it surprised me that Arif went abroad last year. Okay, Roman number 3 is the source of those two sentences are based on Roman number 3. Arif went abroad last year, period. It surprised me. Then, last year, it surprised me. Now, 5, that Yılmaz didn't know English worried him a lot. That Yılmaz didn't know English worried him a lot. It worried him a lot. It worried Yılmaz a lot that he didn't know English. Okay. As a subject of a sentence, that you are energetic is obvious. That Burak found a job pleased me. That Pelin has got a new project is an advantage for her. That Arif went abroad last year surprised me. That Yılmaz didn't know English worried him a lot. As you know, understanding something does not mean learning it. Just understanding does not mean learning. Of course, it is the first step. It is necessary, but what we need is practice. So we should practice them. We should imagine them. We should picture them. Yeah, we should picture them in different situations to acquire them. Yeah, to learn them, to have them. Okay, to have a new thing as well. Repetition is essential, yes. What matters? Repetition is what matters or what counts, yes. Okay, what about 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? For example, that we will drink tea is possible. Yeah, for example, in a daily speech, we can easily make that kind of sentence. That we will drink tea is possible. That we can drink tea is possible. 7, that ethical qualities determine our humanity and identity is obvious. For example, if we omit that here, it becomes an independent clause. It becomes a main clause. Let's read it like this. Let's ignore. Let's not see that ethical qualities determine our humanity and identity. Full stop. So it is a complete independent main clause. Yeah. But that changes the situation. That ethical quality, it becomes a subject here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And in this subject, there are 8 words. That ethical qualities determine our humanity and identity is obvious. It is obvious. Okay. 8, that days will get colder and colder is pleasing. 9, that the sun rises every day and we recognize it is fortunate, is good for us. 10, that you should eat only poached eggs is extraordinary, is strange, it is not normal. That you should eat only poached eggs is extraordinary. It's an ordinary thing. It's a normal thing to eat poached eggs, boiled eggs, but that you should, that you must, that you have to eat only poached eggs is extraordinary. Okay, be as object of a sentence. You have been familiar with this. Okay, after adjectives in present or future tenses. Note again that after adjectives and nouns can't be omitted yet, but that after verbs can be omitted. I think that it is clear, so we cannot use that here. I think it is clear, but it is clear that this is a useful point. So or it is a useful point that you cannot omit that after adjectives and nouns. So because let's accept it like this, there is a speech pattern, okay? Adjective that, noun that. So we should think them together. Always we should think them together. Okay, one, it is obvious that, so we cannot omit that here because adjective that. It is obvious that you are energetic. I am happy that, yes, I am happy that Burak found a job. It is an advantage for Pelin that she has got a new project. It's an advantage that, so we cannot omit that here as well. Four, are you aware that? Are you aware that Arif went abroad last year? Yeah. It is strange that Nadir didn't know English, but so we cannot omit that in first five sentences. But what about this? Oh, okay, I am sure that it is also with a sure adjective, so we cannot omit that in this six sentences. I am sure that Furkan will win the race. Okay. It's apparent that, it is obvious that, it is clear that, apparent. It is apparent that Volkan will become the last. It is certain that, it is likely that, unlikely that, surprising that, true that, pleasing that, strange that, disappointing that, it is fair that, it is uncertain that, or it is certain that, okay? It is obvious that, it is unfair that, it is unfortunate that Volkan will become the last. Okay. Now, do you know this at the beginner level, we studied it like this. It is nice to meet you. I am happy to meet you. Yeah, just like it, okay? I am optimistic that, for example, I am optimistic that both of you can enter university. Or I am afraid that, I am certain that, I am aware that, I am confident that, I am sure that, okay, I am sure that both of you can enter university. I am conscious, I am convinced that, I am disappointed that, I am glad that, I am happy that, I am optimistic that, I am pleased that, I am sorry that, I am surprised, I am uncertain that both of you can enter university. Yeah, just like saying, I am happy that we meet. Okay? I am happy to meet you. I am happy that we, yeah, I meet you, or I meet you. I am happy that I meet you. I know you. Okay. 7, it is likely that she is a poet. Okay, please let's remember again that we cannot omit that here. Likely is an adjective here. It is likely that she is a poet. It is pleasing that. It is not annoying, okay? It is not annoying that the baby was drinking milk. Yeah, it is pleasing that the baby was drinking milk. Semia is certain that all of them woke up early. Semia is certain that all of them woke up early yesterday. Semia is certain now, today. At the moment, Semia is certain that all of them woke up early yesterday. Yes, or in the sentence 8, it is also like this. It is pleasing now that the baby was drinking milk yesterday morning. It is unfortunate that they were penniless. Yeah, now we are talking about a past event. It is fortunate that they were penniless. It is unfortunate that, sorry. It is disappointing that Tülin can't write and read poems. Yeah, it is disappointing that Tülin can't write and read poems. It is fair that both of you can ride a horse. Yeah. So you can ride a horse together. It is fair. It is quite good that both of you can ride a horse. Okay, it is possible, impossible, annoying, certain, amusing, true, clear, extraordinary, pleasing, likely, surprising, doubtful, obvious, fortunate, unfortunate, that, subject, verb, object, that clause. It is possible that we will drink tea. It is possible that we will drink tea. Or it's possible that we are able to drink tea. We can drink tea. It is obvious that ethical qualities determine our humanity and identity. It is obvious, it is clear, it is apparent, it is certain that ethical qualities determine our humanity and identity, personality. 15, it is true that days will get colder and colder. Yeah, adjective that. It is fortunate that the sun rises every day and we recognize it. It is extraordinary that you should eat only poached eggs. I am sure, afraid, happy, proud, etc., etc. That clause. I'm afraid that I can't answer the question. Okay. I am happy that I can answer the question. I am proud that, okay, without of. I am proud that I can answer that question. I am certain that I can answer that question. I am certain that I cannot answer that question. I'm afraid that you were wrong. I'm afraid now that you were wrong yesterday. I am sure that she meant to drive the car. I am sure that she meant to drive the car. I'm happy that Bekir has won the competition. I am happy that Bekir has won the competition. Now, after adjectives in past sentences. I was sure, okay, yesterday, last month, in the past, I was sure that Furkan would win the race, okay? There is a harmony of tenses, okay? There is a cooperation, coordination of tenses, okay? I was sure that Furkan would win the race. It was apparent that Volkan would become the last. It was obvious that you were energetic, okay? It was obvious that you were energetic last month. Okay. I was happy that Burak found a job. Yes, I was happy that Burak found a job. I was happy that Burak had found the job also possible because you became happy after Burak had found a job. So 5 is better than 4. It is clearer than 4. I was happy that Burak had found a job beforehand, previously. Okay, 6. It was an advantage for Pelin that she had got a new project. Were you aware that Arif went abroad last year? Were you aware that Arif had gone abroad last year. Were you aware that Arif had been abroad last year, went abroad and came back or turned back last year? If you use been. Okay, it was strange that he didn't know English. It was strange that he hadn't known English. I was sure that Furkan would win the race. It was likely that she was a poet, or it was unlikely that the opposite of this, she was a poet. If you say, of course, it is clear, but let me say a few words about it as well. It was likely that she was a poet. There is a possibility. Okay? It was unlikely that she was a poet. There isn't a possibility that she was a poet. It was pleasing that the baby was drinking milk. Yeah, it was a pleasing situation, nice situation. It was pleasing that the baby had been drinking milk for days, for weeks, or since he or she was born. Semia was certain that all of them had woken up early. Semia was certain that all of them had woken up early. 15, it was unfortunate that, yes, what was unfortunate? That they had been penniless, without any money. It was unfortunate that they had been penniless. It was disappointing that Tülin couldn't write and read poems last year. 17, it was fair that both of you could ride a horse. So nobody stops anybody. It was possible or impossible, annoying, certain, amusing, true, clear, extraordinary, etc. That adjective, that subject, verb, object. It was possible that we would drink tea. It was pleasing that days would get colder and colder, warmer and warmer, I think is better. It was extraordinary that you had to eat only poached eggs. I was sure in the past, afraid, happy, etc., that clause. I was afraid that I couldn't answer that question. I was afraid that you had been wrong. I was sure that she had only meant to drive the car. I was happy that Bekir had won the competition. Meant here mean, the past form of mean. I was sure that she had only meant means I was sure that she had the intention, okay? She had the intention to drive the car, okay? Intent. I was sure that she had only intended to drive the car, okay? Now, good sense. It must be a good expression. Honest reason, real sense, true sense, diligent, assiduous, hardworking, energetic. Yes. What are they about? What is the connection? What is the connection between the dialogue and those two group of words? Let's see it. Let's read it and then talk about it. After nouns in present or future tenses. After nouns in present or future tenses. It's a common belief that you have to have both the sense of honesty and the sense of industriousness. Now, it's okay now. It's clear now. Honesty also means good sense, honest reason, real sense, true sense. Yeah, honesty. And industriousness, hardworkingness, also mean diligence. Yeah. Okay. Two, it's a theory that, it's a noun that people will be able to live on the other planets. Okay, or instead of saying it's a theory, we can use it's a good thing, or it's a piece of advice. It's an argument that, it's an assumption that, it's a chance that, it's a sign, it's a claim, it's a conclusion that, contention, demand, doubt, evidence, fact, it's a fact that, expectation, it is just an expectation that, or it's a hope that, it's an idea that, yes, it's an indication that, it's a likelihood, possibility that, it's a miracle, it's a piece of news. Yeah, news is uncountable. It's a piece of news that people will be able to live on the other planets, or it's a theory, it's a view, it's just a view that people will be able to live on the other planets. Two, it will be a pleasure. It will be a pleasure noun to do, okay? It will be a pleasure to talk to such a cultivated architect. It will be a pleasure for us to talk to such a cultivated, decent, gentle architect, or competent, and yes, competent architect. Proficient and virtuous architect. Okay, learn to cook. The image says learn to cook, beginner's cooking guide. Yeah, so cooking also has levels, beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced level of cooking. For it might be a good idea. It is a good idea. It might be a good idea. It must be a good idea. Yes, we should be not resilient, elastic, yeah, something like this. We should be elastic about using models and the other auxiliaries, helping verbs. Okay. It might be a good idea. It is a good idea. It can be a good idea. It might be a good idea to watch your mother to learn how to cook. Flexible, yeah, I couldn't remember that adjective. We should be flexible about using or making sentences. We sometimes make a model sentence, sometimes to be sentence, or sometimes we should be able to make an tense verb sentence. Yeah, okay. There is evidence, for example. You can find evidence, okay? There is evidence. You can find evidence. See the evidence. Okay, imperative sentence one. See the evidence that the lost wallet belongs to your grandmother. There is evidence, or it is evidence. It is a piece of evidence that the lost wallet belongs to your grandmother. We must be flexible. Okay. There is a chance that you will see the kite festival. There is a chance that you will see the kite festival. Or you have a chance, okay? You have a chance that you will see the kite festival. Or I can see a chance that you will see the kite festival. There are signs that you will be able to get the job, or we are seeing some signs that you will be able to get the job. Okay. 8, is there an explanation that there will be an increase in salaries? Okay, that there will be. Noun that. Cezmi and Cavidan have the hope as a noun that they will have both a house and a car in 4 years' time. 10. It's the best idea to be eager to learn something new. Yeah, it's a good idea. This is also important, the degrees of adjectives. It is a good idea to be eager to learn something new. Or this is the better idea, to be eager to learn something new. But that's the best idea, to be eager to learn something new. And the image says, learn something new every day. Yeah, it's a nice motto. Learn something new and useful. New but useful every day. Okay, noun or the noun, or a noun or nouns. That, okay, for example, there is evidence that they are guilty. Or there is another word, for example, there are clues that they are guilty. There is a clue, okay? There is one clue that they are guilty. Or there are three clues that they are guilty. Okay. Are there signs that we have to or we must slow down? Or do you see signs that we have to or we must slow down? Okay. Do you know? Is it possible? Do you know? Or I think yes. Okay. Are there signs that does this road, does this part of the road have signs that we have to slow down? 3, we have always held to the hope or to the belief, to the conviction that there is a better life, a better world beyond the horizon. Or F.D. Roosevelt said this. Let me read it again. We have always held to the hope that there is a better life, a better world beyond the horizon. Have you got a cause that you believe that you are right? Yeah. Have you got a cause? Have you got a piece of evidence that you believe that you are right? You must have a belief that your work is necessary. Our work is necessary. To say this sentence, you must have a belief that your work is necessary. Okay. Or to say that our work is essential, necessary, important, vital. Okay, quiz time. Okay, question 1. Whatever the difficulty blank, the positive psychological attitude of an individual has to be as healthy as it used to be before the problem. Very good idea. There is a very good idea in this sentence. So, whatever the difficulty may be, okay? The positive psychological attitude of an individual has to be as healthy as it used to be before the problem. So, okay, present or future, whatever difficulty may be. They are A, C, D, and E are all about past. So whatever difficulty is also possible, okay? Whatever difficulty is, the positive psychological attitude of an individual has to be as healthy as it used to be before the problem. Okay. 2, the fact that, just like using that, okay, that teenagers become too sensitive at the age of 14, between 14 and 18 is the subject to be discussed. This is our subject. We shall discuss it. Okay, so the fact that you can also start with the fact that our team playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. And the team playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. So reduction of adjective clause, and participle, we call them present participle, verb ing. The team which is playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. So there are a lot of teams, okay? They are playing their games, but the team which is playing a foreign team is my favorite team. So one of them, not the other 2, 3, or 4 of them, but just one of them is playing against a foreign team. Okay, so that team is my favorite team, not the others. Maybe there are 10 teams, but one of them, okay, one of them is playing against a foreign team. So that team. So is it defining or non-defining? If we, of course, if we make it with the team which is playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. So it is defining. We cannot put commas before and after which clause. The team which is playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. Okay. So it is necessary. But we can omit because of to be, which is. So the team playing against a foreign team is my favorite team. Okay. Okay. 4. Blank whose son answered all the questions in the quiz program on TV. So isn't that the librarian whose son answered all the questions in the quiz program on TV? Isn't that the librarian whose son? It is not wise to come between. It is not wise to come between two strangers. So it is not wise to come between two strangers who are quarreling, who are fighting. Yes. Okay. Now it's time to build our vocabulary, to improve our vocabulary, to increase our, or enrich, making rich, to enrich our vocabulary. Formidable, what does it mean? Formidable. If you look it up in a dictionary, the dictionary says that formidable means difficult to defeat or overcome, appalling, awful, dangerous, dreadful, fearful, fierce, frightful, horrific, imposing, intimidating, menacing, causing fear, dread, awe, or admiration as a result of size, strength, or some other impressive quality. So commanding respect. Feeble means friendly, harmless. Now the opposite of formidable is feeble. Nice, pleasant, powerless, weak, easy, not hard, trivial, etc., etc. Get through means as a phrasal verb, do an amount of work, get through. Pick up means as a phrasal verb, get, learn something. Okay, let's pick up noun clauses, for example. Swot, someone who spends too much time studying. Yeah, someone who is studying very much, seems to have no other interest. Who goes extreme. SWOT for an exam, study a lot in a, SWOT, study a lot in a short time, especially for an examination, revise, as a verb, revise, cram for, SWOT up, on, as a phrase, learn as much as you can about a subject, especially in order to prepare for an exam. Swap on. Mathematics, for example. Swap on. I have to swap on mathematics as a verb, phrasal verb. Persevere, keep going, continue despite obstacles or discouragement. Collaborate is a beautiful verb. Work together on a common enterprise of project. Collaborate and cooperate. Yeah, it is used with. Cooperate with somebody or cooperate with somebody. Okay, almost all animals attract our attention. Yeah, this is a fact. Almost all animals attract our attention. Do formidable, huge, do formidable or feeble animals attract our attention? Of course, both of them attract our attention uh, with different feelings. Yes, trigger they trigger different feelings in us. For example, a formidable animal uh, triggers feelings about fear. Yeah, but a feeble animal triggers the feelings about for example, not fear but joy or compassion, something like this. Love, feelings of love, like, etc. Okay. Yasin has to read 8 essays this week. How many of them does he consider getting through? Yes. So uh, she considers uh, she considers 3 of them. She's considered getting through 3 of them. Might he leave out the ones about poetry or psychology? In my opinion, he might leave out ones about psychology. How can he pick up information about biology? He can pick up information about biology by visiting a biology teacher, by seeing a biology teacher. Khalid always perseveres with his tasks until he has succeeded or until he succeeds. Does he need to sort as a verb? Does he need to sort up on his strengths or weaknesses? Of course, first and foremost, he needs to sort up on his weaknesses, and then he needs to sustain his strengths. Yes, it is just like this, our strengths and weaknesses. Nedim and Ilyas collaborate or cooperate, get together collaborate with each other on a rural life project. On what type of project do Arif and Necmi collaborate with each other? They collaborate on they collaborate with each other. What type of project do Arif and Necmi collaborate? They collaborate with each other on a sustainable, they collaborate on a sustainable topic, sustainable energy topic. Acknowledgement as a noun, acknowledge as a verb. Yes. Acknowledgement means a letter or email to say that something has been received. Okay, as a feedback. Acknowledge means admit or accept that something is true or that the situation exists. Yes, affirm, agree, yes, or confirm. Yes, and acknowledge that or acknowledge doing something. Okay, it takes gerund. Okay, to be S. Bob acknowledged having changed 2 tires of the car. Who acknowledged having paid more money than normal? Mahmud acknowledged having paid more money than normal, or Mahmud acknowledged that he paid more money than normal. who acknowledged that he was wrong to say that he hadn't seen the suspect. Neriman acknowledged that she was wrong to say that she hadn't seen the suspect. Turn to, go to somebody for help, ask for help, or turn to, ask for help or support. Okay. Selim could have financial problems. Will he turn to his best friend Namık for money or advice? So, because he has financial, monetary, or money problems, it is clear that he will turn to Namık for money, not for advice. Now, transforming negative into positive, transforming, changing, maybe developing negative into positive. Our body transforms fat into calorie. What does our body do with the extra calories? Our body stores them maybe as fats. Take control of or take control over something or somebody means get or have possession or control of something. The opposite is lose control over something or of something. Mete takes control of his thoughts. Why doesn't he take control of his own behaviors? He doesn't take control over his own behaviors because he has to learn something about that situation, that topic. Get along with or get on with. If two or more people get along, they have a friendly relationship. Umut gets along with his relatives. Who else does he also get along with? He also gets along with his neighbors and friends. Self-confidence, having the sense that you can do things well, that people like you, etc. The opposite is shy. I think Murat has the sense of self-confidence because he always behaves calmly. Why do you think Burak has the sense of self-confidence? I think Burak has the sense of self-confidence because he has no doubts about his abilities and his knowledge. He is sure about his knowledge and abilities. Okay, I hope it was helpful, and thank you for being together, and next time. Okay, see you next time.